What's up? Hi, Dr. Kohler. This is our podcast on Buddhism. The topic we're going over is how do Buddhists feel about gods slash goddesses? I guess I'll start from what I saw and researched, I guess from class and also just my own research. I saw that they don't really believe in gods, but they feel like gods can be a way to lead yourself to nirvana, but also they can be a hindrance to nirvana. So they kind of go both ways on it. Depends on the situation for that person in particular. They think it's very a personal experience.
Yes, that is actually very important, and I actually really like the idea that gods don't exist, or at least not super prevalent in Buddhism. I think that's kind of important. So then, when people are like doing good deeds and just living their lives, they don't have to wait for some like higher power to come save them. Like you got to take the initiative yourself. Jesus isn't coming for you.
Wait, what?
What do you mean? What?
Can you build upon the Jesus part? I'm a little lost on that.
Can you rephrase your point, please?
Okay. What I'm saying is that since Buddhism isn't a big thing about God, it's all about like achieving stuff for yourself personally, right? You're not being
Well, I feel
saved
like
by
it depends on the type of Buddhism.
yeah, but in general, at least for Unit 6, right?
No, well, because if we talk about like the Mahayana Buddhists, they want like everyone. That's kind of like the whole deal. It's not just yourself. It's kind of like getting everyone to the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's not like some higher power. It's other humans helping other humans. This is all achievable things by mankind. We're not waiting for Moses. I mean, not Moses, God. Like God is not going to save us. We're going to save us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I'm just jumping on a point that you're wrong on.
I'm in a podcast.
Okay. Gabe, do you have any insight?
Well, I kind of feel like gods do exist within Buddhism. Like, I feel like the Dalai Lama is kind of like a god within that religion.
In that way, though,
Especially,
couldn't the Pope be God?
That's a good
no,
point. Wait, what the?
no.
But they're pretty similar now.
Uh, Similarity doesn't matter, but like, okay. So, anyways, moving on to my point, because the power like the Dalai Lama holds, within the sense of like how it's a passed down from generation to generation in the sense of his life's like it's a cycle of life, which is totally different to the Pope. Like the Pope is not reborn to a new Pope with the same identity or in soul.
I guess, but does that make
That's
someone
not how that
godless
works.
to be reborn, though, really?
Yeah, I mean, having the ability to be reborn and having alignment of the Buddha is kind of like I would say is a pretty
But
big
what's your
thing.
definition of God, then?
Ooh.
Like God is just like a deity or like a higher power.
Well, who's to say he's not a
Gabe.
he's a higher power, or someone who's just enlightened?
Well, yeah, he does have higher power. He's been to
But he's
like
just
the
like
door.
anyone can do that. No, get enlightened.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, anyone can be a god. I don't think this is a restrictive term. So
Whoa.
anyone who's been to the door, but decides to come back and be reborn, I think is a god.
No.
Well, I feel like that's opinionated, though. No.
No shit. Wait,
Yeah.
what? Isn't this the whole point?
Well, no, I feel like not like if from
There's
their
no
view, if
objectivity
they're not
of
considering
God.
it a god, then I don't think.
But
Can be a
people
god.
are considering it a god. So what is the point of the
Are they?
statement? Yes.
No, it has godlike reverence. The whole point is that it's a human being selfless. That's the whole point.
Wait, but they are a higher power.
No, they're
Because
just another
there's
human
different
being.
there's different realms of power. There's different realms of
And he's
like
on our
identity.
realm,
No, but he's gone to the other realms.
yeah, and he's decided to come
And
back. He's just a human, though. On like when
Yes,
you boil it down, he's still just human. Even if he
Buddha's
chooses,
not a god either.
yeah, Buddha's not a god. I don't think, or the Dalai Lama, he's just choosing to come back. He's just like any other person. Technically, I could get enlightened and choose to come back. He's not special.
yeah,
No,
and then you would be a
No, you-
god.
I don't think so, though. You're just a normal human.
How so? You're not a
Because
normal human.
any
You're
normal
enlightened.
human can do it.
Wait, that exactly. Any normal human can be a god.
So I wouldn't. Well, no, I don't think that's. I disagree on that point.
Sam, they're not a normal human if they're enlightened. Do you see
No,
the
but they
difference
are,
here?
though. I feel like.
No, they're not.
I
This
completely
this
disagree
goes
with your
this
point.
goes to the river metaphor.
I think these are semantics.
You can transverse through the river, but if you're not enlightened, then you're not going to reach the destination, which is the entire world. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I just feel like
Whoa. Answer that point.
okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand about the river thing.
Okay.
I feel
So
like, but I feel like in my personal point of view of what I think a god is, I feel like it is something that isn't created, but something that is. And I think any human who can just get enlightened and then choose to come back shouldn't be
wait, but a
considered a
god
god.
has to be created. It can't just exist.
Well, I can't.
How?
You've seen that in like every single religion we've seen.
They've been created.
No.
Like shit has happened. Sorry, my language. Stuff has happened for it to be formed.
Well, not necessarily.
Actually, according to Google, Buddhism doesn't acknowledge a supreme god or deity. So, this is about what Buddhism thinks, not what you think.
That's a good point. So there is
Wait,
no.
but there is a god.
You just said.
So you,
Well, Mr. Google
so you
said there
think
wasn't.
that's what History Channel says.
A history.
Yep.
Even better than Google.
History.
Yeah, but Dr. Calder said.
Whoa,
Did he say
whoa,
that
whoa.
directly? I think you're putting words into his mouth.
We said it today before. Well, today is the 7th of December, before the quiz.
Wait, what year?
2023.
Oh. Good insight. I don't know. It seems like the Buddhists don't believe that even like if he's like more powerful than the average human, I still don't think they believe he's a god. From what I've done or what I've seen. So it's just what I think.
Well, Buddhism includes multiple gods. Its main focus is not on them.
Hmm.
From what I saw, it's more like there are more deities compared to gods in a way. Like they're not considered
Well,
gods.
but then you're still disagreeing with what Shane said earlier, which is there's no god or deities.
Well, I never said I agreed with Shin's point where he said there's no gods or deities.
Well, you
I
did
said
though. You
there's
said
no
that's what
Okay,
Mr.
wait, let me
Google said,
backtrack
which
a little bit.
implies that
I
you
Whoa,
said
whoa,
there's
agree.
whoa.
no gods.
Or
The deities
deities?
thing. No, I disagree on the deities thing. From what I saw, there is
Hmm.
deities. There's smaller deities.
I'm saying that there are gods in the religion, right?
Mm.
However, even though I know I did not say that, however, it's not the main focus of a Buddhist journey. It's mostly self-reflection, and that's important.
But that's not what we're talking about. I don't disagree that it's not important for like self-individualism or like helping with empathy and stuff. I'm just saying that there is like some sort of higher power.
How does Buddhism feel about God/gods?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like they acknowledge there's
No, no,
some
no, no,
existence
no,
of
no, no,
them.
no, no.
Hold
How
on.
does Buddhism feel about God or God?
I was answering that. What?
You said I feel. It's Buddhism feels.
Okay,
Would you
Buddhism
agree?
feels like there are gods or a sense of higher power, yet, big yet, there's still a focus on the individual or what humans can do within this realm. And how either individually they can like become to like alignment or whatever to the door, or as a group they can all become aligned to the door. Um, does that make you happy, Fan?
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad.
I'm glad I can make you glad. But my point still stands while your point stands too. Because
Okay.
we're talking about two different things.
Mm.
Mm.
Because I'm just saying the existence of it. And now I don't think they're that important. Not really at all. But like they do definitely exist. In some sense. In
In
like
some capacity,
capacity.
I can agree with that.
Jumping trains, bro. Look at this guy.
Okay,
Look at
I have
this
a
guy.
question. I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes, sir.
Do you
Yes, sir.
prefer how Buddhism has like gods second and like yourself first, or do you more prefer like like a more God-centric religion like Christianity or Judaism?
I like I like Buddhism because I think since it focuses more on like humanity, I feel like it's able to like promote like better like traditions or ideas because I feel like when you're doing it for a higher power in some sense it takes away from people's like goals because they don't want to help each other, they're trying to help themselves. Which is you can kind of be said towards like alignment within Buddhism, but I feel like especially from the Mahayana, it's the goal is helping other people to help yourself. And while I think like Christianity is more of like appeasing God to help yourself, not necessarily others.
Mm.
How do you feel, Shan, about that question?
I mean, I do like how Buddhism does focus on like something more towards yourself, and I think that their approach of like, you know, I think in class today on today's December 7th, 2023,
Mm.
he said something about how bad things happen to people, but humans are made of like good karma. I'm sorry, this is like really confusing. I I just think it seems more like uh, more responsibility on oneself when it's more self-focused than God-focused. And I think that's important for people to like improve themselves if they don't have something else to blame. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Back
no,
to Ross.
I think I see what you're picking up or putting down. Like I definitely think like Buddhism takes much more of like a community centric focus. Um, of like helping others around you before like even yourself sometimes. And I think that is very definitely different than like Western religions. Um, or like at least like more like Abrahamic faiths. Um,
You think they're more personal than Buddhism?
what?
Is that what you said? No, I'm just.
No,
Wait.
no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I mean, sure, like they're more personal in the sense of like your relationship to God, because like that's kind of like all the
But you think
Abrahamic.
Buddhism is more personal? Yeah. Is that?
Yeah, well, because I feel like it's well, I said more like community based, like based, not based.
I
In the
think
sense
that's
of
the law.
like God, God, or like
Okay. Because I would say
I don't
like,
know.
I guess I agree in a way where like, yeah, obviously it's more people based since that's like the whole thing. But I think there's more of a personal journey in Buddhism.
I think it depends on the faith you're talking about. I think especially for some or like orthodoxes of like Christianity, I think is definitely much more focused on like your personal journey. Like finding a relationship with Jesus is some of the most important stuff in like certain branches of like Christianity, and I think that's like different than like Buddhism because I think that one is like trying to find a relationship with like a being, while one's trying to find a relationship with like the world or like existence.
Mm.
Mm. This is here's the thing though that makes me conflicted about Buddhism. Religion is not just trying to grow as a human, but religion for a lot of people brings comfort, right? And
Yeah.
so since Buddhism doesn't really look to gods as much as oneself, we're just someone get that comfort that they may have gotten from like praying to God or something like that. That's like
Well,
I don't know.
I've heard that's what we talked about a lot now. Like you find comfort in
Well, yeah.
uh what like the broken glass thing or whatever stuff like that. You find comfort in more stuff like that. No.
Comfort.
What do you mean?
Well, you said people find comfort in God, and that's something that wait. I think I misunderstood what you said. Never mind. I received my point.
Like, do you think it's a problem, or at least like, do you think religion should be more focused on providing comfort or personal growth?
Well, I think Buddhism still provides both. No.
I don't know
Really?
if it really provides comfort.
Yeah.
Well, it does.
At
No.
least
Wasn't it the
at
whole
least
point?
not in like a traditional
Yeah,
way.
you're not getting like any comfort like by other people. I guess your comfort more comes from like yourself and like just your ideals that you hold.
Well, I think the comfort comes from like knowing like the truth of like enlightenment. Like I feel that's more of the comfort, because the point of like the glass like broken is that you understand that like time is like a construct, or like there's cycles and things are bound to happen, so you have to appreciate the time that exists. I don't
Yeah, but in some
necessarily
way, would
think
that
that
not
is
give you comfort?
comforting.
I think
No,
it would if you believe that.
if everything kept was a cycle, I would be like, what's the point of anything?
I guess that's the whole point of Nirvana is escaping the cycle. So yeah,
Mm.
Um, so like I don't think it provides like like traditional comfort that like I guess Western religions do, or like Abrahamic faiths do.
Mm. I mean,
And I guess it's personal. Like, so I guess someone might find that comforting, like cycles and escaping it. I personally don't, but like someone could.
also if you've been growing up with it, I guess it probably, or like if it's something you've like been living with for a long time now, I feel like maybe. Oh, my headphones just died.
Uh,
awkward.
Embarrassing.
Anyways, wait, but here's this thing I was thinking about. Okay, just walk with me, walk with me.
Uh huh.
So obviously Buddhism helps you try to like escape suffering, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the path, and then like how the end goal of Buddhism is to achieve nirvana, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Christianity is to make it to heaven, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, okay,
Mm-hmm.
obviously the path to Christianity might be actually like a more comforting path, right? Like, you have God to go along with and stuff. And in Buddhism, you're kind of by yourself.
Yeah, well, because like Nirvana isn't heaven.
It's
Um,
just,
it's nothing.
don't you think possibly
And
the path of Buddhism and it's like some of its philosophy could be depressing and like, I don't know, cause even more suffering than it will like end up saving you from?
well, yeah, I think like the idea of like heaven and eternal like comfort is way more appeasing than to like reaching nothing from escaping the cycle. I think that is kind of, if I had an option between the two, I would take heaven. Because I feel like Nirvana is, I guess, fulfilling of like wisdom, but like comfortability, it's really nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Yeah.
I agree. Well, I think
Oh God.
we can wrap it up there.
Oh God, thank God.
We're at 18 minutes. So, all right.
Oh Jesus.
Thank you very much
Thank you, Dr.
for
Kohler.
listening.
Dr. Kohler.
Yeah. All right. Peace out.